Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I was hoping to catch you in the act.
I'm just watching myself. I'm sorry, my highlights.
This is the most narcissistic thing that I've ever heard in my. I know you didn't mean it like that. What are you doing right now? Looking at myself. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, you like. So, what are you watching of yourself?
Um, I just had a 30 kill game with Mr. Fantastic, and I did 19,000 damage and 17, and I'm sorry, yeah, 17,000 blocking as a
That's hot.
as a damage guy. But
Huh.
he's a fucking unit, mate, bro.
Yeah.
Like I pulled around the corner, bro, and I just started slinging these fists like fucking
Like dick.
like I don't know whose dick, but
Some.
I went across the room, dog. I think that guy lives somewhere in Africa, the guy that has the record. Actually, let's see. Am I racist or am I accurate?
Both.
I haven't. I don't know. Some Uncle Ruckus said something in my head. So.
He said both. Man with the longest
Is
beard.
that Poppy sweatshirt that I
Oh,
hear?
dude, I please don't show me porn. Please.
I've never heard a man say that in my life.
Well, when you look up man with the longest penis, you would.
You know what? But
What?
I don't know how you get around that one. I'm gonna be
Hold on.
honest
Hold on.
with
Hold on.
you.
Hold on.
I don't know how
Hold
you
on.
try to look up the world's longest ding dong, but you're gonna.
Hold on.
Because I
Hold on.
said it was in Africa. I want to see if I'm
I'm leaving
racist
the
or if I'm
chat.
accurate.
I'm leaving the chat and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna ask a question. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, he's back.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I need to put it up here now.
I thought that
So
was. Go ahead.
Dan,
Yes, sir.
are you really looking up the world's largest penis?
Well, I'm looking up where the guy's from. That guy that has the penis. I'm trying to see what country he's from
You're
to
trying to
see if I'm
find
racist or
where he
accurate.
is? This sounds very
It was a white guy,
suspicious.
wasn't it?
The worst
Wasn't it
part
like
is I don't even know how to properly say it, so I just put country of origin,
well,
treating
my
him like
wife
a
just said it was
fucking.
me.
Well, are you British? This guy's British. I feel like that's not right.
I have like 5% Brit in me. What up, bruv?
What up,
What
bruv?
up, bro?
I
I'm a
might have.
14-inch penis.
My wife is giving me permission to send pictures of my penis.
Well, no, it's okay. You can send it directly to worldrecord.com and see what happens.
Oh, I got the record for the world's smallest penis.
You,
Right, babe?
I mean, okay. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I'll be honest. I've sent dick pics in my life. It happens.
You what?
I've sent dick pics
yeah,
before. Yeah.
I feel like my teachers didn't appreciate them.
Your
Wait,
teacher?
wait,
Wait,
what?
what the fuck?
Nah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I don't know.
I
No, no,
do.
no, no. This is what I meant about him
His face.
slick.
His
Dude,
face. His
this
face.
dude, this dude, Daniel.
I have I have this fucking the Discord on my right monitor, and I just see Jairo's face pop up in disbelief. Hilarious.
This is worse than saying like a school shooting or something. This nigga said, "Yeah, my teachers didn't like him."
Nah,
That
nah.
had me
I'm
You,
gonna
you
scared.
want to
be
know some real
honest.
shit? All
Go
right,
ahead.
so that was a joke, but what really happened was when I was in sophomore year, I had a friend that was in my science class, and then one day he just wasn't anymore. And I was like, "What happened?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm getting suspended." I walked up to the teacher and I said I would lick Nutella off her ass crack. And
If
yeah,
you
so
don't
she got
have
a
to.
restraining order on him.
Bro,
Oh God
I've
damn.
gotten suspended
Okay.
for throwing a textbook at a teacher. I've never said something so sexual.
No, it
Listen.
was it was. I mean, listen,
Mm,
she was hot, and whatever, but like, yeah, I mean, that was kind of aggressive. I don't think that would work in any situation unless you've been with them for a little while.
hell
Would you
no.
let me
That
lick
that
your
could
salary
work.
ass, bro?
That could work. Not with
Other,
her. Not
not
the
with
time
not
and
in that
place.
situation.
And then do
Not.
something
Listen,
though.
I
You
will
don't let me ask
personally
that.
give you a crisp $100 bill out of my pocket
Uh huh.
if
He
you
got suspended and
ask
they
a
gave
hundred
him a
people
restraining
that
order.
question and it
Does that mean your
finally
mom got
works.
out?
And the only thing that you can't do is hire them or use desperation against them, aka don't go for crackheads.
Keep going forward, babe.
Dude, like, I think there's a time and place for everything, and maybe if you caught the teacher like at the bar, and the reason I say at a bar is
As
I'm
a
not gonna say
16-year-old?
no, jeez. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. We had a teacher. I'm not gonna say names of anybody,
Yeah,
but
of course.
we had a teacher who got caught serving drinks to a minor because he was also a bartender at
Oh,
yeah. It's just like that's what I mean. So it's like,
what a
listen, you
fucking
can.
idiot. Like, obviously the kid's gonna be like, oh my god, the coolest thing happened. Let me tell 16,000
That
people.
is what drives me up the fucking wall with these kids who just can't shut the fuck up. Like, if I had the confidence in high school, I would have been sending pictures like even if I had 2 inches, 2 inches, I would be sending it to the. I don't mean this at all. Don't ever.
Yeah, I feel like maybe
don't ever
Jairo's
do
back.
that. Please don't ever do that. The
I
only
mean,
time.
I'll give you one thing. You may do it once, but I don't think you'll do it again.
The only appropriate time to send your weenie is to the person you love. Like Jairo said, with love, the person that you love. And occasionally that dirty whore that just, drives you
There's
up the
that paid
fucking
for
wall.
app.
Jason, are you still downloading?
You gotta pay to win.
Yeah, I'm still downloading Fortnite.
All right, give me a second.
Damn,
I gotta call
bro.
my mother-in-law.
Somebody pull up a clip of the last time we played Fortnite, and this motherfucker said he was downloading it.
It's updated. I got 4 minutes left. It's not gonna be long. I promise. What was I gonna say? But yeah, there's appropriate times. There's not appropriate times. There was something else we were gonna touch upon, and it wasn't wieners. I know it started off with who has the biggest and where can I find them. I just want to don't clip that part. Clip the part where Dan said it.
Man with the longest.
Um,
Dude, he's British. I told you, he's British.
He's British. This is why people watch Bridgerton.
I guess. I was surprised it was a British man. I'm kind of upset feeling robbed.
Yo, this dude, is that like the Olympics equivalent of Russia? Like Dagestan can always lay claim to being the best wrestlers because they always win. You know what I mean? They're always at the top, and that's great. And then British people could just be like, yeah, well, we own the biggest cock. It's like you can't say that as a straight man with a straight face. The enhanced games. I think the funniest part about this is that the chairman, Hassan Al Musalam, if I'm even pronouncing that correctly, he was in trouble for doing some type of, I guess, illegal business, and then still has the audacity to say that anybody who is involved in the games, just involved in the enhanced games, will no longer be able to participate in any form or function in the Olympics, which I kind of understand from a genuine standpoint. I understand it because it takes a while for these PEDs to leave your system, and you can claim, oh well, it's only 1 picogram and it doesn't have the effect you think it'll have. Yeah, maybe you flushed it out of your system, whatever it might be. I do understand it. It's just to put that much of a fucking lifetime ban forever. I don't know. I think the Olympics just needs to get their shit together.
It sounds like you're saying that, like, even if I coach somebody,
Yes, even if you
I'm
coach somebody.
gonna get banned forever. That's when you really see what it is. And most of the time in life, things aren't complicated. Things are pretty simple. And this is a petty move because they're like, you're taking money away from me.
You really are, but at least when you break a record in the enhanced games, you win $1 million. You have to break a record though. Break one, $1 million straight. I wonder if it'll actually be $1 million post-tax, because that's what everybody wants. Just don't understand.
Well, I guess where's the law with that? I mean, this isn't the first time you get a reward for being an athlete in these games. So I wonder how that works.
I
How do you
think
pay them?
They have backers. I think Donald Trump Jr. is funding it. You know what I mean? So it's got some billies behind the books, but I don't know.
I
I
love these enhanced games. They're great.
honestly, if he doesn't show up to it, I would be pretty disappointed. It's supposed to happen next year. I wonder if I think I saw that they said combat sports, so it makes me wonder if they're going to do wrestling, and boxing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I mean, if they're both consenting, go ahead. Cool. It's fine. It's the same as
I
if
feel like they might kill each other.
that's the risk you're. Man, watch the early UFC days. I know what you're experiencing right now. I'm so sorry that you're watching this shit show where a main event. This is what the second main event or the second time a fight's been canceled.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like the insane, dude. And I will say his name so people fucking understand who is to blame. Hunter Campbell. I don't know how many times it needs to be said that he has slowly just been torching the product. I don't know what he's doing. Clearly, I can only just assume by the 11,000 viewers that watched. Thank God only 11,000 people watched, because otherwise, if say even 100,000 people watched, 90,000 of those people would not have come back.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wouldn't have. That was just embarrassing. And now you just gotta wait for pay-per-view cards, which the one coming up is gonna be good. You got Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. And I think Sean can get it done this time. I really do. He says he's been focusing, he's been proving it, he's not dyeing his hair for this fight. He hasn't been smoking, he's been, I guess, eating more right. I don't know what that involves, but he's eating righter. And he stopped smoking weed, stopped partying, stopped choking the chicken. And I think that all plays a factor into how his cardio is going to look in that fifth round with a guy like Merab. I think Merab is bringing not only the bantamweight division, but I think he's going to bring and uplift the rest of the UFC to understand that there is a new baseline for cardio. If you actually want to be the best, here's your new baseline for cardio. Because truly, it's his skills. If I were to truly rate Merab's skills overall, out of 10, he's like a 6.5 overall. But I think with his insane cardio, it brings him up 2 points. You know what I mean? And I think he just has the will and the grit to just fucking beat those top guys, or at least make it really close and convincing like he did with Umar. Some people argue Umar won. I can hear it. I think Merab won, kinda. It was really close, man. It was really close. But what are your thoughts?
I agree. I feel like it's if you don't have the stamina, dude, and you start tiring out, like just the people aren't used to that anymore. Like I guess whatever generation you grew up with UFC prepared them for a bloodbath, and we're getting people calling out because their tummy hurts. So it's high time we get something. The first fight that I ever got into was, well, not the first one, but like the first MMA event that I got really into. I mean, leave the house, go to a packed event, go crazy. 10,000 TVs was McGregor. The McGregor and Nate fight.
One or two.
The first one, the very first one, where it was like, yo, like this is real shit. Like McGregor versus a crazy motherfucker, and there was hype on Nate because he's the brother duo.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was just crazy watching that at fucking Buffalo Wild. I don't think I've ever gone back.
The Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yeah.
That is actually, whenever me and Jairo never had a place to go watch the fights, we always went to Buffalo Wild Wings. And
Dude,
somehow,
6,000 TVs and they were about the hype. They were like, fuck yeah,
yeah.
we're playing UFC today.
Fuck yeah. And somehow, some way, even when the place has been packed, because me and Jairo have shown up. We've shown up like just straight for the main card, and by that time it's packed, and you're hard
Right,
pressed
nobody's
to
leaving
find a
their
table.
seats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're hard pressed to find a table. Somehow, someway, we've still always managed to get a table. Always managed to get a
That's sick.
table. We'll get like a bunch of shareables and stuff. Last time we did it was for the Marab and Umar fight, and yeah, now he's gonna fight again. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do something. We're gonna have this.
We always do something. This Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, I can ask for you to come with. Adrian invited us over.
Oh yes, he did.
You-
Yes. He said it in the chat. You're right. Completely forgot about that.
Yeah, and he has a nice place. He has a dog. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I just showed him the Fortnite video. He said he liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs some touching up. It needs a few more details and everything. But I really do think it's one of our best videos if it gets a little bit more love on it. But yeah, who else? Kayla Harrison and did I drop something? And Pena are fighting. Now, I found out that Kayla Harrison is actually an adoptive mother of her two children were previously her sister's children. And I guess she's having some really, really, really bad drug problems. So Kayla Harrison on the birth certificate is legally their mother. Not their guardian or aunt, their mother. That's a very sweet thing. And she talks about child abuse and everything, like what she's witnessed, been through, and different things like that. So it's really cool to see these stories. And this is why I say, Hunter Campbell, you're ruining everything. How do we not talk about that? How do we not talk? Maybe she doesn't want to share it initially. Now she's sharing it. Sure, circumstantial, whatever. But why are we not getting these fantastic storylines going? These are real people. The UFC's motto back in the day. I don't know if you know this. The UFC, their motto was as real as it gets. That's a great fucking saying. Why did we get away from that?
We're like, let's beat the shit out of the racist.
Bilal Muhammad sucks. Can someone beat him? It used to be like Nick Diaz is coming in here with mental problems. Why is he coming in with mental problems?
Don't worry about it.
Well, his girlfriend in high school, or at least a really close female friend, killed themselves because of some, I don't remember it verbatim, so I'm not going to make anything up. It's a sad story, but you get the point. Like,
right. Okay.
Wow. Oh shit. That's sad. And then you go out there like, yo, 209 Stockton, bitch. Bitch slaps everywhere for everybody. And
everybody gets one.
Even Dana White showed up to Stockton and said, Nate, I need you to give me the 209 slap. Remember when Vince McMahon used to be that guy? And Dana White kind of used to be that guy? That is why the UFC has gone to shit. That's why all of media has gone to shit.
I've done a lot, by the way, since the last time we played this game.
What game?
Schedule 1.
Schedule 1. I feel like we played like a second ago. How much more did you do?
I stayed on after you left last time and started a meth empire. God
damn it. So I found something out, and I wanted to look into it. So apparently, in the basically 1940s to 1950s, there was a migration of Chinese to the Dominican Republic. And,
what?
Yeah, and I've always been called chinky, and now this kind of puts my Asian kink into perspective. I guess it's in my blood. I had no idea. I heard this fact and I just looked it up on ChatGPT, and yeah, there was a migration of Chinese during like some Chinese war and piratism, which watching the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, fuck man. If there's I don't know if I asked you this, but I'll ask you. If you could play one character from any movie, what would you play?
How are you gonna go from saying Asians are your thing, and you might be one, which is why you're into it, into Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm here, and I'm trying to make sense of it.
You didn't follow. Uh,
I know 100% I followed along. I'm here, but that doesn't excuse the fact that you go, yeah, man. So I looked it up, and there's a Chinese migration, and that might mean that I'm Chinese, which means that's why I like Chinese, anyways, or Asian, anyways. Pirates of the Caribbean, man. Fucking A, what a movie. It's like you rubbed one now and you got post nut clarity immediately. Ah, fucking what a hell of a movie.
it's it made sense in my head because DR is in the Caribbean, and there were Asians in I think the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie, or the second one at the very least. So it made sense. It correlated. I don't know. It's my autism. Am I allowed to say that? Will I get hated on by the autism group? I read Flowers for Algernon. I understand you people. Yeah, those movies were fantastic, but also sucked at the same time. It's the weirdest trilogy of trilogy. Don't fucking tell me there's any more after the third one. It's called At World's End for a reason. Do you remember them?
No, dude, I watched them a long time ago.
I will tell
So
you, it's worth the
yeah.
watch.
I've been doing the Marvel thing, going
Oh,
through
you
all
went
the
back to
movies.
it? What have you been watching?
Yeah. I am now up to I skipped the Thors because I'm not doing that to myself. I know there's a mission, but the mission basically means I can rewrite reality, you know? I got the reality stone of my own world, and I'm not watching fucking Thor 2. But
That's
anyways,
fair.
but anyways, I'm up to I halfway through Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange was a really good one, especially because most people, that was kind of the phase where they were doing some heroes that were like B list. You know what I mean? Like people
Yeah.
kind of heard of them because their friends read the comics and would talk about them, but they didn't really read it or know, so they just heard the name. And
Right.
I think it was just that sweet middle ground, and that's why those movies did so well. Like even Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dude, Guardians of the Galaxy, I actually just rewatched two of them, and they're good. They're very entertaining. If you pair them up with what was coming out before it, they kind of really go a different way of like introducing Marvel. I think that was part of like the pizzazz when it came out. It was like, like Marvel was kind of taking itself serious, trying to give it a really human spin. You got Iron Man, Captain America, and then boom, they're like, fuck it, aliens.
They've had a great progression. I just think
Yeah.
most stories nowadays are like how men like to have sex. There's no foreplay. They just go right to insertion.
Yeah, that was essentially Doctor Strange 2. Yeah, I know it has a different name, but that's what it is. That was just, oh man. Or like Thor 3. No, I'm sorry, Thor 3 is good. Thor 4.
I didn't see
Well, at least
Thor
entertaining.
4. I didn't see that one, but Thor 3
Again, it was at least funny. To
yes,
me, it was
yes it
you know what
was.
like it's like if you're gonna take a movie and put it right after what was Thor 2
Mhm.
and the mid Thor 1, it's like, oh, okay, good. They finally got something right. At least it was entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if they're gonna make your character feel boring, at least it's fun to laugh along with them, I guess, you know? But yeah, Thor 4 was scatterbrained. It's like somebody with ADHD writing a movie. And same thing, honestly, with the multiverse. I'm sorry, I mean, Doctor Strange.
How do you feel about this new Fantastic Four thing?
Well, apparently, I haven't even watched it yet. Which, by the way, we should, link the review for Thunderbolts. But I haven't watched Thunderbolts, and I know it has a new name. I want to dress it like so until I get it, because I don't even get it why it's called that. But um, although I can get an idea, but still. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, like I heard they did a good job with that movie. So, that was kind of grabbing a bunch of nobodies in the comics and making it into a solid movie. So that's nice. So now it's like, okay, you're grabbing the first family, and I wonder what they're gonna explore with it, you know? I hope they just dive right into mutants. It's the only way that movie ends in at least a 7 or 8. That, you know, it's like, hey, look, we're gonna introduce mutants like with this movie. And I'm not talking about like at the end of the movie with some extra credit scene. I'm talking like bring it up as a concept.
I think I think they're gonna hit a point where they're gonna have to restart the cycle, and I wonder how it's gonna start then. You know what I mean? Is it gonna probably start again with like Captain America, Iron Man, and everything? Do they take a different approach? Because DC wants to reboot it so badly, and they had the right idea in rebooting it. They just did it so quickly, dude. You gotta give it a while. You gotta let people really forget. You have to. I think an appropriate time to reboot. Like, say the Marvel Universe decided, you know what? We got 2 more Avengers movies. I'm calling it quits. Not gonna get any more. I think a lot of people would be pretty happy about that. And then in 15 to 20 years, yes, 15 to 20 years, let a motherfucker go through high school first. Like, let them grow up a little bit, let a new generation pass, and then restart the Marvel Universe. And maybe just start with, like, animation again. You know, that's how it realistically started. You had the Amazing Spider-Man animation series. You had the X-Men not anime series, but there were Avengers movies. Dude, there were literally animated Avengers movies that I watched during
Yeah,
I think during
I
the
remember.
very
There's a lot of
beginning.
Avengers content. Yeah, between like 2006 and like 2012, a lot of content came out.
So much
Avengers,
content.
Avengers wise, yeah.
So if they hit the reboot button, awesome. I think that would help. But
Man, I gotta learn how to cook meth on its own. I always have to be on top of it. In the game.
in the game, okay, just needed to make sure Walter White
All right, let me put this
was
batch of
back.
meth to cook, and then we're good.
You know, the things you have to do in this economy. I thought they said Trump would make it better. Where's my tax cuts?
I'm working hard.
I'm working so hard. I have I have jobs, 3 jobs, and I sell drugs, and sperm, and blood,
All at the same time.
all at the same time. Every time I sell a little baggie of meth, I'm simultaneously getting sucked off. Well, I have a suction cup on my
Huh?
penis. I have an IV in my arm. And what else am I donating? So blood, sperm, drug. Yeah, that's it. There we go.
The Avatar.
Hola mis amigos, por favor suscríbanse y coman siempre sus plátanos.